Okay, now another material that you need to be familiar with is metals. So we have a small sheet of metal over here, which means probably in graphic products if you are to draw it. Simply remember that there will be one part of the metal. So first of all, read the question very carefully, figure out whether they are asking for a high gloss or a high chrome value metal like stainless steel, or if they're asking for aluminium. This is the difference mainly between stainless steel and aluminium. Okay, now you can see yourself that one has extremely high shine on it, while the other has no shine almost. Okay, so if you are to draw, and let's say they ask you to draw stainless steel, simply do this. So you take your piece. Okay, let me shift because I'm a left-hander. It takes me a little while to kind of figure out what is a comfortable orientation for me. Now I can simply choose to do this, that I darken one end and you darken. Okay, you don't worry about keeping it light and stuff like that, but this is going to have a really sharp contrast. So what you will have to keep in mind is that if this is the darkness you show in the metal, then the same darkness, same lightness will be shown over here along with the same darkness as previously shown. So you don't lighten it because you feel that the light will be falling less over there, or it will have a gradient, but it's going to look like this. Okay, and you can do the same thing from the bottom again. So you show a darker base, and you can choose to take this one slightly more. So you may choose to say that, okay, I'll take it all the way till there. Okay, so even though you can see that I have maintained a slight gradient, it's still pretty dark. So try to maintain it like that. And this is basically showing that the material has a high gloss to it and therefore higher reflectivity. So the dark is also pretty dark and the light is obviously light. So this is how metal may choose to look. You can also do this diagonally. What you'll have to keep in mind is when you work with a cylinder, however, this will look different. So what will happen is, let's say this is a cylinder. The base obviously is going to be dark. Why? Because light does not fall on it. Okay, so you will have the base, let's say all the way till somewhere there, you will have to darken it. So what you can do is you can draw outlines, and not too dark obviously, because if you want to erase it then you're done for. So you darken this whole area, and you do the same thing on that side as well, but you don't do it all the way. So you leave it till here somewhere. Okay, so that means that it's a high gloss metal which has a higher chrome value. Okay, and you leave it over here. So that shows that this is a metal pipe. Now obviously if it is a metal pipe, then inside where there is no light falling, the whole thing is going to be dark. Okay, but now make sure that if you're following this pattern on the outside, you follow the same pattern inside. So you have to maintain this. Many a times what we end up doing is that we will go sideways to match it and to kind of fill it fully. In that, what happens is, if your lines show like the lines were showing over here, then it starts to look really bad. So make sure that you don't do that. And this end that you have, you leave it the way it is. So it shows that there is shine falling on that too. So that is how you end up doing a high gloss or a high reflective surface, which is stainless steel in this case. So here is your stainless steel. That is how you end up seeing it. So you can notice this whole part remains kind of darkish and only one bright line over here.